Right, I think I can start. Yes. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's afternoon, late afternoon here where I'm from. I am tuning in live from Germany. I'm Simone Thomas, owner and founder of the cultural education and apparel brand called KroesRocks. And this is my new slot on the Cape Flats stories. We will meet every Wednesday evening. For now, we don't know what our starting time will be, so we don't have a set time. And this is thanks to load shedding. So tonight we start at 5 p.m. and we'll stop at 6. We'll try to get in as much as we possibly can in this short hour. And we are discussing everything natural hair, curls, coils, culture, and community, right? So thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I would like to also thank Cape Flat Stories for inviting me this evening to host the slot. There's an esteemed privilege and honor. Please do engage with us. If you do have any questions, pop it in the comment section below, somewhere over there. I hope that is right. And we will get to it towards the end or the latter part of the show. Right, like I said, welcome to the month of October. There's a lot happening. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It was also the month of the marigold flower. There's so much other things happening in this month as well. And so we will try and cover all of that as much as we possibly can. Please give me a heads up. Can you hear me? I'll turn up my volume as well a little bit. Let's do that. Okay, can you hear me now? Is that better? Okay, we're just doing a check again. Can you hear me? Okay, I think you can hear me. But if you didn't hear me earlier on, welcome to my slot here on the Cape Flat Stories. It's called, it's called Changing the Narrative. I'm Simone Thomas, if you didn't hear me earlier on. Simone Thomas, the owner and founder of KroesRocks, the cultural education and apparel brand. And this show is all about natural hair, curls, coils, community, and culture. Okay, so this evening we have my first guest, which is Shirley Ann McCook. Okay, so Shirley Ann McCook, I think we're having a bit of technical difficulties with Shirley Ann McCook, but we'll try again. So Shirley Ann is my first guest, and we will be talking to her about growing your true texture. Growing your true texture. Oh, and there she's gone. Okay, so I'll take over. Okay, while we try and get her sorted. So yeah, if you do have any questions, please pop me a message or a comment or question. Yeah, Lucinda, hi. On the comment section below. Hi, Lucinda Daniels. You are our first official, commenter. So thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, depending on load shedding, we will start later, sometimes earlier. Please keep up to date with everything that's happening on social media. Right, so my first guest is none other than Shirley Ann McCook. Shirley Ann is from Cape Town, repping East Rivier, now living in KroesRocks. And Shirley Ann, of course, has her own natural hair care brand called True Texture. And she will be talking to us about growing your true texture, right? Growing your true texture using natural ingredients, probably some things that you have in your garden or in your fridge already. And she will be telling us more on how she grew this big bush of hair literally from scratch. So just in a nutshell, she's married, for any one of you that thought that, oh, here's somebody. She's married to Griffith. Griff, I just call him Griff McCook. And you'll always see him helping out. And when she has a stand in Kuils River at Zevenwag Mall. You always see him very hands on. Shout out to Grip. Shout out to Grip. And then she's got two boys, and she has a day job, and through texture is what she does on the side. And she was just telling me how she had to work in the dark last night because of load shedding. Yeah, the struggle. So I'm all the way in Germany, but I completely identify with you, and you have all my sympathy. So shout out to all the startup brands who have to work in the dark with no generators and things like that. And of course, she also has a business called Girl Scout. So, and she will tell us more about that. So, Shirley Ann, welcome to Changing the Narrative with Simone Thomas, my first podcast on Cape Flat Stories.
Thank you for having me.
I know you are a little under the weather just as much as I am, but we've got 54 minutes to go, so we'll get through to it. So, Shirley Ann, tell us a bit about your business through texture and a little bit about Girl Scout as well.
Okay, so Girl Scout is just a page I started on Facebook with the just to give people an idea as to or to help them with their natural hair. And then about 8 years ago, I started. 8 years ago, it wasn't really a brand. It was just me making products for myself, and then it turned into me making products for the friends because the friends wanted to know, what are you using on your hair? Your hair looks so nice. And I was like, guys, I'm making this and that at home because the things that I'm buying isn't currently working on my natural hair. And I mean, about 11 years ago, there was very few things here that we could do with our natural hair. The products weren't there, so you had to make do. And then that's how I started making my products. I remembered it looked I'm still looking for some old pictures, that first white plain boring containers and the first labels that came out. So I've been busy about 8 years, and I've changed uh, the the butters, and the oil has changed so much because I'm one of those people. If there's a herb that is amazing, it's going into my product. Like, my product is always changing, just making it better for the client all the time, trying to get the most out of it. But I do love what I do. Absolutely love what I do. I've always loved hair. I think I have been doing hair since, gosh, I have been cutting my friends' hair from grade 8 on school intervals. We would sit in class, and I would trim the ends, and I would trim the ends. I would give them hair advice. So it's a long journey for me. I come through the relaxer, guys. I have relaxed aunties' hair in the neighborhood, blown dry their hair. So I've done it all. And the nice thing about my products is that even if you are relaxing, because we aren't forcing anyone, that's not what we are about.
That's
But
right.
even if you choose to still relax your hair, the product even works on your hair. I've seen some great results with lady that continues to relax the hair, but that really just wants a healthy scalp, because ultimately a healthy scalp will give us healthy hair. So they just start with basic products with the scalp oil and the tea spritz. So the one helps to heal the scalp, that's the tea spritz, heals the scalp, and then the oil stimulates growth, which makes the great combo for you to start
Mm.
off. You're just struggling with even scalp ailments. I've had some good reviews, even with clients that have psoriasis and eczema on their scalp. So yeah, we're working hard over here just to do the best
To do the
for
best.
especially for natural hair, just
Mm.
making it easier. And I've had, I think, about three big chops. I'm natural now for about 11 years.
Wow.
I remember there was a time when I just shaved it all off there. I think all of us go through that phase where
Listen, let's just talk about that show because I've never actually used a what is this, the machine to shave off my. I've never shaven all my off. I've always just done a chop, and then it's like less than a centimeter long. So what was that experience like? Because I know for everyone it's different.
Mhm.
What happened? Was there anything specifically that happened in your life at that point in time that you took the machine and you shaved it all off?
Yes, yes, I was going through a big life change. I went through a divorce at the time. And at that time, I could not focus my attention on my hair or anything outside of me. So everything outside of me was too much. And I'm the kind of person that likes to withdraw and pulls towards myself and
Mm,
work on myself. So my hair at the time was beautiful, long. Whenever I walked into a, a room, the first thing people would notice is, oh, your hair is so beautiful. And at that time, I really wanted to be noticed as me, not my hair.
mm,
So when I
wow.
walked into a room, I didn't want to hear about my hair. I didn't want to, not that I didn't like my, I loved my hair, but at that time I just needed to be with myself and not, and for people to see me and not see my hair when I went into a room. And it was really difficult because the hair was all over the show. So I don't blame.
So did you shave it off with the machine yourself at home? Was it? Did
No,
you
no,
plan it?
I had a cut. I went to partners. I remember I had three cuts before I went all. So 6 weeks in a row. The I first cut it into a bob. Then the 2 weeks later, I wasn't happy with the bob. 2 weeks later, I went to a different hairdresser and I had like a mohawk cut the sides were off and the top. And then 2 weeks after that, I was like, no, this is still not working for me. And when it was all off and I was standing under the shower, for the first time in my whole entire life, I could feel the water directly on my scalp.
On
It
your
was
skin?
best thing ever. I felt so liberated. I would
Wow.
go run in the rain and not worry about my hair. I would just go take a jog out when it's raining, and it felt so good not having to worry about anything and just doing what I wanted to do. So, ladies, if like I know a lot of us, we cut our hair when we go through stuff, and I don't know why we do it. Honestly, I don't, but it works. It helps us. But I think we also we put too much emphasis on our hair sometimes,
Mm,
especially when we start off natural. I always tell my clients when they come to me, if you are not ready to cut your hair off, you want to go natural, you're transitioning, don't do it. Don't do anything that you are not ready to do. I mean, that takes a big step for someone to walk out and just shave their hair off.
yep.
And I always encourage them. I'm just telling you my story. I'm not saying do what I did. But what I'm saying is do what you feel comfortable with. And you are only going to be comfortable cutting your hair once you've truly accepted yourself in
Wow.
all your forms and just let go, because I think sometimes also we use our hair and a lot of other things to hide behind. So we really, I think natural hair is, it goes so much deeper than just having a big afro and all this hair. Because I felt so sad last week. I was watching this program, and this guy it's like he's using some kind of a chemical on hair, on natural hair, to sort of get it more smooth and silkier. And a
Mm,
lot of the natural hair ladies was commenting on there, asking a whole lot of questions, wanting to know if it was going to damage their hair and what is the repercussions of this treatment and everything. And it was so sad to me that such a lot of us with natural hair still crave that, we still have that craving of hair, having some type of smooth looking hair.
mhm.
Like we
Yep.
still haven't accepted and made peace really. If we really sit still and look at ourselves and ask ourselves, we haven't made peace with the
Mhm.
fact that this is my hair and it's
Yep.
beautiful. It doesn't have to look like someone else's hair.
Mhm,
Beautiful.
mhm.
That's why we have to go back so many times and have so many big chops, because we're trying out all this new treatments and there's nothing wrong. I mean, if you want to straighten your hair, by all means,
Mhm.
do what makes you come. But if you want to stay natural, chemicals, there's ladies, let me tell you one thing today, there's nothing in this world that will smoothen out your hair or make it straight and not damage it. There's no such.
There's no such thing.
In order for your hair to be smooth or straight, the protein bonds in your hair needs to be broken down. Even if it's just a little, it needs to be broken down. And once the protein bonds is broken, your hair will have some kind of a damage.
Mm.
think we really just need to sit still with ourselves before we decide to go natural and ask yourself if you really want to do this. Are you
Mm.
really comfortable with this?
Wow. Wow. Okay, I didn't know we were gonna go that deep so soon. I thought you're just going to, simmer in slowly, texturizing. But you just went there, and that's what I love about you. You just went there. So we're gonna go with the flow. We're gonna go with that flow because Jake Norfolk like to you steered us that way. I must comment again on both topics that I've had a few women that also inboxed me and said, and that I know that there was a major life event, either a breakup, long term relationship breakup, and then they just went into a salon and said, "Listen, cut my hair," right? Then also I know also other women that have gone through divorces. So it's not just a long term relationship, but it's also a divorce. So they were married and then they chopped it all off after, and that's where their journey started. For a lot of women, it started there because they had color damage or some kind of chemical damage, and that's where they started their natural hair journey. So thank you very much, Shirley Ann, for sharing that. It's not always easy to share that kind of information, but I want to thank you for your bravery and also for sharing that. Thank you so much. Then, so tell me, how did you start? Because on a day twist on the picture that we posted as a dressing meer hare as gesig en as jy vir Shirley Ann sien aankom sien jy is die hare. Um how do we start? Where do we start?
Oh, because I always say it's really simple for you just need to decide what you want to do. I always tell clients that come to me. So either we are going to start with protective styling like braids and grow out the hair to a length where they feel comfortable cutting it. Or what you are going to do is you're going to make sure you wash your hair and you roll it
Mm-hmm.
and style it with curls, with roller curls, or with flexi rod sets or perm rod setting. The reason why I say roll is because I know it can be a bit daunting in the beginning when you start off and you have to do flexi rods because it's a whole art on itself. That's why I'm saying,
Go old school first, guys. Go old
yeah,
school. Like orange, blauw, geel
but
en die rooi rollers. Dit werk. Dit werk.
yes, and then pin your hair up, find ways to, this is why it's so important, Simone. What I talked about, you have to be comfortable with yourself because if not, you are not going to be happy with the styles you're making. I mean, you're going to find all the reasons not to go natural. So that's why I'm saying natural, going natural takes. It's so much more deeper than just your hair
Yeah.
and and so you have to know that you are beautiful irrespective of how crazy your hair is going to look sometimes and just be comfortable with what your hair does until just I always remind my clients just remember this is a journey. We are going to get to the space where your hair is going to be beautiful. And then you're going to cut it off. But I always encourage clients, especially if they don't have a lot of knowledge with hair,
Mm.
to rather first grow the hair out to a comfortable length before they
Mm.
do stop.
Yep.
And then you have some of the brave ladies, like one of my clients after a baby, she had postpartum shedding and she spoke to me. We had a long conversation via WhatsApp, and I love my clients. Sometimes I feel like my kids. We had a long conversation about whether she should cut her hair or not. And I said, you know what? I don't know what you must do. All I can tell you is do what you feel comfortable with. And once you have decided what you want to do, I will be here to back you
Yeah.
up, tell you styles to make what to do to make your journey easier. So it's all about how comfortable you are. If you're not comfortable with shaving your hair off like some other ladies, don't do it. Don't start off there. It's just gonna make you miserable. Braids are cute, ladies. I've met a few people already in my life that said, "Oh, I will never wear braids." But braids are cute, and
Yeah.
sometimes of wearing braids and then they love it. So you
Mm-hmm.
get all types of braids. Also, a whole different story. So if you have fine hair, you would want to go for light braids, lightweight braids. That would normally be your passion twist or your spring twist hair. You
Yeah.
don't put in heavy braids because it will just break your hair.
Breakdown. Yeah.
So make sure that when you go to someone that is gonna braid your hair, that they don't damage it. It's not too tight, obviously, and also that they could use the correct hair fiber to do your hair. And then, yeah, you start off easy. You just make sure that you're looking after your scalp, moisturizing your hair every other day, and then from there on, your hair will just grow. And before you know it, and I always advise clients, if you're going to start your journey, um, start it off just after summer. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
started so by the time winter is, by the time it's December, that your hair's grown,
Grown.
actually it's grown nicely, and then you can just cut it off and be comfortable with your hair. So also, workout routine for yourself. Don't just go
Yeah.
into it and then you're miserable. So work out what month it's best for you to start, and when are you gonna cut it off. All of that, it's a mental thing, guys. You really
Yeah.
have to. It's not something you can just blindly walk into. For some it is, but for some it's not. Because come on, we as ladies, we love our hair. We
Yeah.
like, even when I shaved my, yes, I went through something, but I knew it was gonna grow back, and we love our hair, and I understand that sometimes it's difficult to let go of the one thing that we love, because sometimes there's such a little good things happening in our life. If I value my hair, then I'm not gonna want to cut it. So, and that is also okay. But
Mm-hmm.
start, get to someone I know. I think Marley Gray also does hair assessments or
That's right.
consultations. So if you like go to someone, if you need help, there's a lot of people that is willing to help you.
No, most definitely. I can vouch, obviously, for Molly Gray. I'm gonna try and get her on sometime this month as well. Now you just ruined the surprise. Marion, we coming for you. So we're gonna try and get Marion on as well. So I can obviously vouch for Marion. I before I came over, I actually had a session with her, and then she was like, Simone, your hair is breaking off here in front. And ik is like, no, man. How do you mean? And she's like, your hair is breaking off here in front. So I think the consultation was something like 45 minutes, and I had a chop. She did a nice job to even out all my hair, so I can vouch for her personally. Also doing amazing things in the natural hair community, and I've been with you for a year, more than a year now, Shirley, and doing my braids and also checking in and making sure that obviously I stick to my hair growth goals, because me and a scissor,
Love each other.
we've become very, very good friends. Merle Alexander says that I've been rocking an afro whole week, and some people had looked at me like, can't you brush your hair? Shirley, and do you want to comment on that?
Well, we don't brush our hair in between wash days. I thought everyone knows that by now. One idea, natural. We brush our hair when we wash it. There's no way. I can't even imagine a comb going through my dry hair. There's no way. So we,
Mm-mm.
yes, that's part of our us protecting our hair. Our hair, even though it looks coarse, it's fragile. Like
Very fragile.
very fragile. So we can't just comb it every single day.
Nope. But I think also what she's leaning to is like the staring and things like that. I think that is normal, especially, well, it's normal in our society and the circles. That doesn't matter where it is, that people normally would stare at you if you are the only one, if you are the only one in the office wearing your hair afro, or if suddenly one day, you were always just straightening it, and then the next day, you're wearing an afro, and then people will have these weird reactions and questions, and they don't know what to do about it. But I think the one where I've overcome that is that I've realized that I like Cher said, it's personal, and there's a lot that goes attached to it. It's you. The one thing that I, especially in the beginning when I also did my big chop, I also had some weird comments, um, and I realized that I don't have to clap back. I don't have to explain anything to you because this was about me and my hair journey. And whether you said anything nasty, that was between you and yourself, and I wasn't going to entertain that. Sometimes you just need to let barking dogs bark until they can't bark no more.
Mhm. I mean, I even had
I don't
that
know,
within.
Shirley, and did you? Yeah.
I even had that within my family when I started off. My brothers would, when I'm walking, what are you doing? Why does your hair look like that? And I didn't pay them no mind. I was just laughing at them because I knew in a few months you guys are gonna ask me how did you get your hair like that. So I wasn't even paying attention to
Wow.
them asking me that. On Saturday, my little nieces were over. They came to visit me. So now they are nine. They are three. Two are 9 years old, and the one is 4 years old. So all three of them have natural hair. And they were sitting in the lounge. I was sitting on the couch looking at them. So Shanae is the one 9 year old. She came to me and she asked me if she can have some of the hair butter that was standing in the lounge because she wants to apply it to Joy, say the other 9 year old. Now Joy has a
Okay.
more nice afro. And Shanae has more of a loose flowing afro. It's more type 4A, Joy Moita 4C. So now I was looking at them and I felt so overwhelmed when she applied the butter to Joy's hair and made a middle part and she was brushing Joy's hair and she was making two ponytails. And I was like, we are doing a good job in this family. They love their hair. They are not complaining about it. Joy was just sitting there and allowing Shanae to do her hair, and they are 9 years old. And that, I mean, they feel comfortable because, I mean, I think 90 to 99% of the ladies in our family, we are wearing afros. No one is relaxing there anymore. All of us, we are just, I wish I can take a picture of me and all my cousins. When we get
Wow.
to, we'll just see twists and
Yeah.
afros. So they are so used to seeing this hair that it's normal to them.
Wow. I think that is what we call the narrative about our way that has changed.
Yes.
You must take some videos when you guys have another get together or
I
whatever.
think
Please
I
take me.
will give them.
You should actually also do a family shoot with everyone's afros and twists when you guys get together. I think that is the narrative that's changed, and I think it's so beautiful that 9-year-olds could sit together and they can say and not bully one another and not be nasty and not break each other down because of hair and hair texture and that appreciation that the one 9-year-old had for the other 9-year-old with the different textures because it can go south so quickly in our family. So I think that's just a beautiful story, Shirley, and I wish that I was there just to kind of capture it. I just want to welcome everyone again that perhaps you just tuned in. I'm trying to get my view with the camera that maybe you just tuned in or you just joined the live. I'm Simone Thomas. This is my new slot on Cape Flat Stories called Changing the Narrative. And in this slot, we talk about everything hair related, everything about natural hair, curls, coils, culture, and community. We meet every Wednesday night, and I will have a guest every Wednesday evening. For now, we don't know the timing as yet because load shedding. And not all of us have generators at home. And I'm tuning in, of course, from Germany for the moment. So I don't know your load shedding schedule. So, but it will always be on a Wednesday evening. And so tonight we have Shirley Ann on board, and she's talking all about growing your true texture, right? And this is really about how you use products that and items that are probably in your kitchen or in your fridge somewhere that you can use to grow your natural hair. So, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to everyone at Cape Flat Stories for the invitation and making this possible. So, Shirley, and what products can we use that is probably at home or that we can DIY, you know, um, to cleanse our scalp, because the scalp obviously is very important. We already spoke about just the internal psyche, and how we need to be very specific and very informed before we kind of, take on the natural hair journey, but also how do we clean our scalp with items that are possibly at home or in the garden, or highly likely in the fridge.
Yeah, some of us have it in the fridge. Yes. Mild cleanser at home would a mild. We're gonna start with the mild ones. Would be just applying some, taking some aloe vera if you do have it at home, a leaf, cut it up, put it in a blender, and then put it on your scalp and use it sort of like a shampoo. That would mildly clean your hair. And then you can also then clean your hair with apple cider vinegar in your cupboard. So you just mix 1 tablespoon with some water. Don't overdo it, and then spray it on your, actually your entire hair, your scalp, and then let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then you can rinse off your hair and continue. And then if you have some clay wash at home like bentonite, I know most naturals have bentonite clay at home, whether it is for your skin, for your face, or it's just sitting there because you read somewhere that it's good and now you're not using it, that is actually a very good cleanser for your skin. And then there's other herbs like, but I don't think people will have this at home. So it's shakai kai. It's actually a very good cleanser, and it also foams up a bit if you
Mhm.
mix it with, it's a powder. And then there's also a Rita. It's known as a soap nut. So this is Ayurvedic herbs, that's the Shakaikai and the Rita, that you can use. It's amazing for strengthening your hair, clearing up your scalp, just any scalp ailments, any bacteria, anything. It will help to take it away.
Beautiful. And most of these items we can possibly get at Discam or at, those wellness stores that you can possibly get. So I don't have to go like out of
No.
my way to get it. Well, yeah, I suppose. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll probably have to shop around because no, it's not available in the side. But I mean, in South Africa, so spoiled. But you can possibly get all of or most of these at a wellness store, at an organic store. Is that correct?
Yes, the skim stocks the bentonite clay. There's the apple cider vinegar. You can even use those two together, the apple cider vinegar and the clay wash, and then with some water mix into a, like a paste, a shampoo paste, and then use that to cleanse your hair. That's actually my favorite cleanser, to be honest.
Mm.
Because lately shampoos has been irritating my scalp, and I don't know why. Like if I use shampoo a day later, my scalp would itch and I would scratch it and it would end up burning.
Oh wow.
So now I am strictly a clay girl. I will really maybe wash my hair once every 3 months with a shampoo. So I'm a clay girl, and I know for some people they're like clay to cleanse your hair, something dirty to cleanse your hair. Yes, it actually works.
Yeah. No, clearly it's working. Clearly it's working because your hair is growing and it's beautiful, and it's so strong. So the next step in general for your hair care routine would be either a leave-in conditioner or a treatment, depending on
Yes.
where you are at. But generally, you should be doing a treatment at least once a week or once every second week, depending on what your hair needs. What can I use? If I'm just starting out, for a treatment, that items that I can also just purchase, and that's in my fridge or in my garden or anything like that.
I would always like, I mean, if you have a conditioner at home, in order to make any conditioner, I'm talking about any conditioner that you have at home, you don't need to buy expensive stuff. All you can do is add some oils to your conditioner and it literally becomes a deep conditioner.
Wow.
Like you can, if you need some protein, you can mix up an egg and some mayonnaise. I've seen it all over TikTok. An egg and some mayonnaise and mix it into your conditioner. There you have a protein treatment. If you need some moisture, You will want to use oils like olive oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil, the kind of oils that actually penetrates into your hair shaft that doesn't just sit on top. So
Okay.
that's things that you want. And I think for people with high porosity, they would want to use more of oils because their hair normally with high porosity, the moisture goes in quickly, but it also leaves quickly.
These
And
quickly.
then with low
Sure,
porosity,
let's just stop there. Let's just stop there because not everybody knows about porosity. So I think we have, I think we still have some time just to maybe go through what porosity is. And yeah, I was also now thinking, yeah, someone is asking, is sunlight so good for our hair? That is mos wat die ou mense gesê het. No, because of the
no
chemicals.
chemicals, just no,
There's some bad chemicals in there, so no. Those who thought about the sunlight soap, no. Can we
no.
use the mayo? Because growing up, we ons was 'n huisvol vroumense. So iemand het uitgekom en toe try iemand nou die mayo.
Huh?
Op die hare as 'n treatment, soos 'n ja, treatment, 'n mask. Because essentially mayonnaise in its truest rawest form is just eggs.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So can I use a mayonnaise? Let's just get that out of the way because I think everyone was thinking that now.
I, my honest opinion, I don't think mayonnaise is good as a treatment. I think it would be best as a pre-poo. So I would
Ah,
think you would apply it as a pre-poo and then wash it off and then conditioner your hair afterwards.
okay. So
Mm.
a pre-poo, just explain that. What is a pre-poo before we go into porosity? We've got about 15 minutes left, 20 minutes left.
Okay.
This
So
is,
pre-poo
what is a
again,
pre-poo?
yes. Pre-poo generally something that you use to prevent the shampoo from taking all the moisture from your hair. Especially if your hair is more coarse, kinkier, it tends to be more dry. So you want to sort of moisturize your hair before you go in with the shampoo, which are gonna strip it completely from all the oils. But now if you do a pre-poo, it will not strip your hair as much, and then the after effects, the applying the deep conditioner or the conditioner would make it then so much easier because your hair is not extremely dry.
So again, your pre-poo, pre meaning before, prior,
Right.
before cleansing your hair.
Yes.
Somebody's saying Paul Adams, yes, I agree. Yes. So these are all the things that we weren't taught about our hair, and now we know, and that's why you can have a 9-year-old
Mm-hmm.
accepting her hair texture and applying butter and not shukran afwan and not bullying someone else's hair, and they know about this. So that is what the pre-poo is. So you apply. So I didn't think, I've never thought about it. So actually doing the mayonnaise as a pre-poo, like before you actually wash it, right? Some people do the pre-poo a night before, then they will
Mm-hmm.
sleep with it on and then wash it. What
Yes.
is your suggestion? Do you also do it the night before, Shelly Ann? What is your suggestion? What do you advise?
Okay, so we're gonna talk porosity again here. It's important.
Okay. So let's define porosity.
Okay, so there's three kind of porosities that you. Let's first start off with how do you test your porosity of your hair. So
Okay.
you will take a glass with room temperature water, and then you will take clean strands of your hair. Try to get it on different places on your head because I think not all of us have the same porosity all over our head. So try to get it from different places, and it has to be clean. Put it into the glass with the water. Give it about 3 to 5 minutes. See where it go lay. If it floats on top, then we have low porosity hair. If it goes down to the bottom, we have high. If it floats in the middle, we have medium porosity or normal porosity hair. Okay, so now we got that out of the way.
Just hold on. Paul Adams, ek is oor jou. Paul Adams vra Felicity van die Lotus of wat? Porosity. Let's say it together. Porosity. You know? Nie Felicity nie. Porosity. It actually comes from the word porous, meaning holes.
Yes.
Okay? Let's
Okay.
just holes. Okay, go on, Shirley.
So now back to the sleeping over with a treatment.
Yes.
So now I have to explain what low porosity hair, the cuticles of your hair strand would be close, completely flat. That is what we're going to start with low porosity. So for low porosity, it's okay to sleep over with a treatment because
Ah,
in any case it takes longer for the product to penetrate your hair because your cuticles are laying flat. And then with um, high porosity again, it would be it wouldn't be such a good thing to sleep over with the product because the cuticles is already raised. The cuticles, so it's sort of damaged already. So if
mm,
you sleep with that product, it's gonna like it's there's a difference between a oil pre-poo and a water-based pre-poo. So
okay.
so the mayonnaise is a bit a mixture of both because you got both water and oil elements in there. So
Yes.
then you what happens is the oil you can sleep overnight with that. It's fine even for high or low porosity. But as soon as you go to a pre-poo that has water in, like more conditioner based,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you don't want to sleep with it because your cuticles is not intelligent enough to know when it has received enough moisture and then closes when it's a water-based product. So it will overtake and then you will end up with moisture overload. That will give you an added problem.
Oh,
So
yeah, then it becomes stringy. Your hair becomes stringy and then
yeah,
it breaks.
yes. So high porosity, I would suggest that they just do their treatment like for an hour or two, maybe a day, and not sleep over. But for low porosity, it's absolutely the best thing you can do. The longer you deep condition with a bag or shower cap, whatever you have at home, even a dryer, if you have a steamer, it will open up your cuticles and
Yeah.
your teeth. The moisture so much better. Medium porosity people, I'm jealous of you. There's no advice for you tonight.
And that way, the way you test your, if you have medium porosity, if the your clean hair strands float in the middle of the glass water, right?
That's correct. That's good. They
Okay.
don't have symptoms.
You don't
They
have anything.
oh no, they don't have.
But again, it's porosity. Porosity.
Yes,
Porosity. Nou, laat julle is maar nou vir my hoe verkeerd spel. Porosity. 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 Right? Mohammed Noordin sê daar was die Auntie Josie, my buurvrou in District 6. Sy het mos glad nie gelyk sy kroeskop nie. Okay? Dan stryk sy hare plat met 'n braaskam, ja, wat sy warm gemaak het op die Primus stofie, regtig. Dan het ek die hele pad na geskroeide hare. Die suidoostewind kan glad niks aan daai hare gedoen het nie. Gebruik julle mense die pantyhose, hoe sê hulle swirl jou? Oh, die swirlkous. Nie ons swirl nie jou hare nie. I don't know when last I swirled my hair.
no,
Now we sleep with satin bonnets, Muhammad Noordin, with satin bonnets and satin scarves
fancy like that.
and satin pillowcases. Yes. No, we don't sleep with a swirlcoat anymore. Swirlcoats, we burnt it. We burnt it. Honestly, even when I do a blowout twice a year, whatever, ek kan nie meer die swirlcoats meer nie. Ek kan letterlik nie my swirlcoats aansit nie. Ons slaap met satin bonnets. Sy praat diep goed is my hare groei nou eens buite toe na COVID patient with me. Ek join elke woensdag vir my korrelstel. Nee, ek is oor julle hier. Now we sleep with satin bonnets, satin scarves, and satin pillowcases. We have one in at least 3 different colors. Yes, no. Okay. So now we've done the pre-poo, we've done the treatment. So styling, Shirley, to keep the style in, and I style almost nou heeldag in bly and it must shine bright like a diamond for the whole day. What can we use?
Um, I would really just advise you to stay. minimal products. If it depends on what style you are gonna do. If it's summer and you do wash and go, try to use a mousse and a gel, a moisturizing mousse, hair mousse and a gel. Don't apply layers of products because
Mm,
seen that the less in summer I would literally just wash my hair, deep conditioner, and then apply two different gels to my hair and go. That's the most beautiful results I've ever had
wow.
without applying any other products. But the problem with that is that I literally have to rinse my hair every 3 days and then
Mm,
redo it again. I can go 5 days without it, but because I know my hair is gonna end up dry and brittle if I keep continue to do that, I do the 3 day method. So I would go 3 days. I could literally just like if you have a wash and go, come home, put a satin cap on, sleep with it. Next day I take it off, shake my hair out, there I go. So for 3 days continuously, I can do that. And then after 3 days, the reason why I rinse my hair is just for the hydrating factor of the water. To just put hydration back into my hair, no other reason. And then sometimes I feel like I need to apply more product, and other times I can literally just leave it because once the water is on my head, activates the products again, and I
yep.
can just go without having to reapply product.
Okay, Alicia English is saying in the old days when you had no hot oil treatment or no hot oil, and sit was musuma Vaseline in the palm of the hand, melt it with a hair dryer into an oil, and then you rub it on your hair. Vaseline, no.
No, no. Clogs your pores and it just makes everything difficult. And you're going to end up with build-up.
And that causes the itchiness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So Paul has a genuine question. So no Alicia, no to Vaseline. Okay? Throwback Thursday, but no Vaseline. Um Paul Adam says he washes his hair once a week, but then will dan wil die blerrie goedie curl for 3 days nie. Please help agony auntie. I want to remain anonymous. Okay, so it doesn't want to curl. So he looks like it sounds like he needs some assistance in like with a holding gel or something. But maybe he needs a leave-in conditioner as well.
I don't think, in all honesty, the leave-in conditioner will help because leave-in conditioner is just for moisture. It's not really to activate any curls in your hair. So your if your hair is not curling, it's probably because of the way you're looking after it before styling it. Because the healthier your hair is, the quicker it curls. You don't have to apply a lot of product.
Mm,
But if it's not healthy, then you have to apply loads of product in order to get a certain style, which is
mm.
also not good for your hair at the end of the day. So, Paul, I can really not answer your question unless I see your hair. So, and you want to remain anonymous. Otherwise, you can contact me. I can leave my details here if you really want help, and you can chat to me privately afterwards. Send me some pictures of your hair, and then we can see what we can do. But for now, I can't help you.
Yeah. So it's about how you look after the hair. The better you look after, the more moisture and the more TLC you give your hair, the better the curls. Yeah.
Definitely.
Paul, just get in contact with Shirley Ann on Facebook, then you can remain synonymous. Moose. Okay. So I think we've got about 10 minutes left, Shirley Ann. Is there anything else? So, okay, let's just see. Um, yeah. So what is it else? So, okay, gels. Let's talk gels because I know you make your own as well. So, Jelly, I ain't got the time or the patience. Like, I tried once. I still have the seeds at home in Cape Town. I can't.
Um, so I would really advise most of the girls that's natural to if they are gonna some girls wear washing goes all the time. That's a
Yeah.
go-to. To really try to use mousse like instead of gels because most gels is extremely drying to your hair. So try to stick to lighter styling products like mousse and then keep gels for those days where you're really going somewhere and you want the curls to be extra defined and you want your hair to be sleek and perfect. I always say use the gels for those days, but
Mm,
otherwise try to stick to lighter styling or even curl creams. If you try to leave the gel in between and just use some curl cream, I know Cantu coconut curl cream is a very nice curl cream. And then if you have a nice detangling brush and you brush through your hair patiently, the curls will form without you having to use a lot of styling products.
Yep.
So it's just a little bit of patience, but using gels every single day of your hair is not gonna you're not gonna get the results that you want to. At the end of the day, the gel is not even gonna curl your hair anymore because it's gonna be so damaged that it just doesn't curl.
Okay. I use the curling cream, and every second day I would apply a gel, some
Mm-hmm.
gel. At the
Mm-hmm.
moment, I'm actually not using a gel. I just have the leave-in conditioner, and then when I unravel my twist, then I unravel it with some Jamaican black castor oil, which has really
Apply to your hands.
been doing the things. So it's really
Yeah.
been helping. It's really been helping.
And your twist looked amazing the other day.
Listen, Linda, I'm so surprised with myself because jy weet ek is nie 'n twist meisie nie. I don't have the patience or the strength or the time or ek het net die lussie. That's why I went natural. Because it was for me, it was about the effortlessness.
Mm.
But I've seen the benefits of doing the twist for the last 3 weeks, and my hair is growing and it's fuller and it's healthier and it's not um what is it the what do you call it now, the
The knot.
tangles, yeah, and the knots has decreased
Mm-hmm.
quite extensively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, then I must ask this question. It's not something that I am crazy about. If it comes right, it comes right. Edges. I actually saw a video, sure. I don't know if I sent it to you. I don't think I sent it to you. But there's this trends of the some of the natural hair influences, mainly in from abroad, mainly America and some I think in the US as well, where they put relaxer on the baby hair, no? They put a relaxer on the section just here, just the baby, just the edges here to
Yeah.
make the edges appear nicer or better or I'm of the yeah, and the one girl put relaxer on her eyebrows. So I'm of the opinion, and this is what I always say: don't force the edges. Don't force your edges. If you as your edges need will do what you know that what you wanted to do, just leave the edges.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Leave it. That's my thing. Other people have done my edges and then it's like perfect, and then I watch them, but then I can't do it. So then I just leave the edges. I have a toothbrush that I do the edges if I'm feeling myself in the morning, but further on, I don't. Do you have a specific edge gel, and are you also like? I know some of the other girls are like edge queens, and I love it, and I love it on other people, but not if I can't do it, I can't do it. Ons gaan aan, ons move. Uh, Edges.
It's just never been something that I was interested in. Never. I've never done it. I never had a desire to do it. And I don't think I will ever do it. I also love it on my sister, for instance. Oh,
Yeah.
she's good with it. Very good with it. And always so gorgeous on her. But I'm a lazy natural. I don't have the energy and the time to stand in front of the mirror and carve it out because it's an art.
Listen, it's an art and it's really pretty. I really, really like it.
Oh, it's
Paul bly, ek dink Paul will be anonymous bly. What is edges? Edges is your hairline. It's this. This is your edges. Your baby hair. And Paul, your baby hair. That is what edges are. That is your baby hair, like we used to call it back
uh,
in the day. That I will with what is edges. That is your edges is your baby hair. It's your baby. Basically, in a nutshell, it's your baby.
uh, uh.
That is what it is. Listen, Shirley Ann, I think we've covered everything. We've gone through the process. We've gone through how you've grown your hair, some of the items that you use. We have also gone through the process from cleansing to treatment to styling. Are there any other questions that anybody else has? Otherwise, I must give you a plug. Thank you very, very much. Stoutara, your baby Ara, yeah, your baby Ara Paul. Okay, so if you would like to if you would like to get into contact with Shirley and her contact details, it's a WhatsApp number, is available on, it's in the chat and it's also now on our screens at the moment. So if you would like to schedule a consultation or get hold of her amazing products, I cannot wait to get home for it specifically. Then you can contact her. Thank you very much. Thanks so much to everyone who tuned in and enjoyed. And then also, thank you so much, Rashawn Cornelius. And then please download the radio app and it will be available soon. So check out Cape Flat Stories here on their Facebook and social media because Cape Flat Stories will be moving over to the radio app. I think it is available on iStore and Android, right? So please go ahead. And then, ta-na-na-na, please do join me on the 16th of December at the Market Hall Grand West, Friday, 16th of December. Get your tickets for the KroesRocks Day Out. If you like this, if you enjoyed this, there will be more and more of this. You'll have literally a full day of talking all things natural hair, curls, coils, community and culture on the 16th of December. Tickets are available at web tickets. Just type in KroesRocks, like I said it, KroesRocks Day Out on web tickets. There are group discounts available, and this week we will also be announcing our kiddies tickets. So tickets are available at 300 Rand per person, and that includes a gift bag, it's a party packet, as a gift bag for worth over 700 Rand. And there you'll find in all of natural hair products. And we've got Miss Ingrid Jones on the bill, Chris Lincias, Lisa Boys, also known as Viskunde Yuffie. Don Vino Prince is also on the bill. And then we've got Tumelo Mpolo coming in all the way from Johannesburg to give us even more updates on this. So, Rashawn, definitely you have to absolutely be there. The link to the tickets are on the screen. It's also in the comment section. Do join us. If you want any more information on tickets, on group discounts, please feel free to inbox me on Facebook or on email at info@kroesrocks.co.za, exactly like I said it. From my side, Shirley Ann, thank you so much. You were a feast on your own. Rushan, definitely. We will also be having kiddies tickets available soon this week. So thank you so much for joining, Shirley Ann. I hope you feel better soon. I hope I also feel better soon.
Oh gosh.
So thanks so much for joining us in Alisterta met die load shedding. Jy get Paul, just stay anonymous. Paul, can somebody just take off Paul's data asseblief? Before load shedding starts there, thank you so much, Shirley Ann, en sterkte met die load shedding en die pakking en alles daar. From your side, thank you so much. And thank you for helping me change the narrative. I will see you next week, same place. Not sure about the time, but we will post the time. Thank you very much. And thanks so much to Cape Flat Stories for having me this evening. Shirley Ann, groete daar by die huis hoor.
Bye, Scott. Goed gaan.
Bye-bye.
Bye.